Hey, I'm Jason.
This is Aaron. We're from Breaking Benjamin.
And you're watching Tattoo.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mischievous Mel, live from Welcome to Rockville, Day 2 with Breaking Benjamin!
That was intense.
That was intense. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
I felt it.
I just want to say you guys did not lie to me, speaking of intense, because the last time we talked to you, well, first it was on the boat, and then we kind of talked album a little bit, and then at Las Vegas last year we kind of talked to it, and you all promised me, you said, Mel, I promise you, it's hard. Not that I don't like your music before, because there's not a song that I don't fucking work out to or listen to, and I'm like, it can't get better. You guys, you did not lie to me, it got better.
It was heavier. It is definitely a heavier album, that's for sure.
I'm glad you think it's better as well.
It's Mel approved.
Yeah, it's heavy. So.
And you know why I fucking love this? Okay, there's not a channel that I don't turn on that, like, from any genre of music, like when you type it in on your TV, radio, whatever the fuck that is, Pandora, whatever. No matter what channel you press, a Breaking Ben song will be on it. I'm not kidding. Like, I've tested the waters. I mean, I've typed in.
We pay extra for that.
No, I mean, it's fucking amazing, though, because, I mean, that's just, like, the music goes to everything. And speaking of the new album, holy fuck, yes. And what is so cool about this is, as I'm running through the festival like a freak, trying to find this vinyl, you guys called to change your interview time, and I'm out there in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, like, holy shit. And I started hauling ass back, and I'm like, oh my god, you did.
We're glad you made it back. Good.
Speaking of the new album, like, you got my take on it, and, you know, you guys said hard, but what other differences are there in this album?
I think we try to push both sides. So, I mean, we have the melodic side that will appeal to people that sometimes don't even like rock, and then we have the heavy side because we all like heavy music too. And I think we push both sides. So the heavier became heavier, the melodic became more melodic. So it's where anytime I release an album, that first couple months back out on the road after the release is all about learning the songs. You know, you haven't touched them or thought about them in 8 months, something like that. I mean, it's been a while since we were recording. Maybe not that long, but so we have to relearn everything. Do you remember how to play this part? Do you remember how to? Oh yeah, that's how it goes. So we're running stuff in sound checks and figuring things out. But it's nice to come back, play new songs. It gives us an opportunity to change things around in the set, try different orders, different tunings, and things like that. So it's been a lot of fun for us on that side of things. And just 2 shows into, this is our 3rd show on this run since we released the album. I mean, we've already seen some great response from people knowing songs, because you just don't know. You know, especially songs that haven't been on radio yet. I mean, we're assuming, I think somebody bought it, but you don't know. Maybe they didn't even listen to it yet. There's a lot of assumptions there. So to see people responding to new songs is great.
Well, I'm super stoked. And your take on the new experience?
Well, I think this one is the first one where the burden wasn't really on Ben to write the whole thing. You know, he very much involved all of us in the writing process. So there's like one of my favorite songs, this song on there called Psycho. Jasen wrote all the music to that I love, that he gets mad at me for saying that I love that song, but I do. And the part, absolutely, with having to learn everything that you did, because recording in the studio is a completely different animal from playing live. You have as many takes as it takes you to get it right, and you're only playing like one part of the song at a time, and putting the whole thing together with all the vocals that are on there between Ben, Keith, and I singing on there now. It's just like we play through the song and we kind of look at each other and go, why did we do that to ourselves? Because some of it's not just a heavier album to play. The stuff that we did, it's hard to execute. So
it's some of the most difficult playing we've ever done. We definitely were conscious of that when we walked up and like, all right, you know, you set a standard high, so you know when you're going to rise to it, but now we have to rise to it. Like, oh crap, why did we write that?
I'm just going to say, like seriously, if you guys were a space shuttle and you shot for the moon, you just fucking hit Uranus. I'm just saying.
All right.
Or Saturn or whatever one that's, you know.
It's an outer space joke. It's an outer space joke.
Did you get it? Did you pick up on it? I got it.
She didn't mean butthole.
No, I mean, seriously, I'm glad that you said that, because it is like a whole new level of Ben. And to see, I mean, like, I was sitting there, I mean, you guys were already fucking steak, but how does it get beefier? But the whole, fuck, it's so full, it's, oh my God.
These guys were singing too. I think there's, you know, going into the last album, they were singing on every song as well. but in a different way. The songs had already come to fruition and had their forms had already shaped, and we were just kind of executing the recording. This time there was much more. I mean, there are parts that are literally impossible to sing live unless you have 3 singers. I mean, overlapping, a scream while singing is happening, and then there's a harmony under that, and then, oh, this guy's changed a low octave. It's very technical on that front from the vocal standpoint. So that's one of the coolest things I think that I've seen with it, is just the fact that, you know, you can play something that's more difficult, you can play something that's harder technically, but vocally, I think the band's always been known for its vocals, and so be able to push that even further, I mean, it's been pretty cool. Now we just have to do it live.
It's
Yeah, and I think musically with the album, having so many people in the band that are songwriters, we were able to take the songs, and if you could hear what they were from the demos to what they became, and no one had any ego when it came to the writing process. It was like, here's what we have, how do we beat it, how do we make it better, and everybody contributed to that process, and I couldn't be more proud of what we ended up with.
So this is what it's like when men give birth.
It is, but in a different way, because we still find out whose child is whose. Because we were just talking about something the other day, one of my favorite new parts, I'm like, oh shit, you wrote that? That's you? That's awesome. That's my favorite part of the song.
That's what happens when everybody gets in the same bed together. We went from Uranus to... All right, now I'm a little off track there. So now that we're talking about it, it is. Orgy, inks, and acids. Let's talk ink.
All right.
That's right. Always.
Almost without words there. Let's start, because you got them all over.
Yeah.
Let's start this side. I know we've done this before, but I love your ink.
Okay, so left arm, Dave Martinez, Addictive Ink, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Probably 10 years old here. You can see I'm hairy, I didn't shave. But this arm, I got Brian, Main Street Tattoo, just north of Nashville. And all my pieces, I've gone to the artist and just basically said, like, I think it'd be cool if I had like a good versus evil or dark versus light thing, like draw me something. And they would do it as one piece. They're in charge, no tweaks, let them do their thing. So I tried to find artists that, you know, I feel like if you find somebody that's drawing something and you're getting a bunch of tweaks, and you just found the wrong artist. So all of them. My chest, I'm going to show you my fat gut here, but my chest, my stomach, everything. This is Zach at Black Moon in Madison, Wisconsin. He did my hand too.
Sweet, that's where we're from. We were originally from Spring Green.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with that. Yes, I live just north of Madison, so.
There you go.
And I actually was going to have this hand filled, but I got the bird. I have a 3-month-old, and her nickname is Bird. And as I was getting it finished, my wife called and was just like, I'm going in labor. So I'm like, okay, shit, we can't finish this, so might have to fill it in later. So he did finish the actual design. I don't have any filler yet, but.
Well, that is the only time you get a pass for not finishing a tattoo. Like, I'm taking the wife's side in this one, you know?
It was true, yeah. So I made it, a big swollen hand, your hands swell real bad, so as it turns out. So I was there in the delivery room, just this big fat swollen hand and bandaged and everything like that. Will X, Black Salt, and Salt Lake City. Did this one for me. It's off of kind of like a parody thing that they call Lincoln's Box Seats. It's kind of a musical thing that they do based out of there. A lot of military personnel involved in that. And of course, my Cowboys from Hell tattoo. It's in Vegas, and that's where I'm at. So we got some time coming off. I've already got everything booked. Finished my hands. And I got some touch-up and stuff I got to do before I start back in stomach.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So we start with the koi from my buddy Ron 570 Tattoo in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And I got this. I guess this guy's probably 15 years old now. He's been there a while, and then yeah.
Shit, that color's held up great.
Oh, he's incredible. He's incredible, and he does really good color work. And then the giant behemoth work in process is all. This is also Ron. Is the
We saw this in Vegas.
yeah, there she is. We're still working. So I'm at too many hours. Too many hours. So yeah, both Ron 570. I've been friends with him for forever, and I remember when he first opened his shop, and he was like, he's not so great. But now the stuff that he does is awesome. He does guest spots at Last Rites with Paul Booth all the time, and he's just incredible.
Speaking of incredible, Breaking fucking Ben! Holy shit! I'm just saying, you do. So be out. Seriously, you guys got to catch this show. Catch it. It's gonna blow you away. Cause rock. I mean, that's all I can say. Wow.
What's your favorite song on the album?
Oh my God. I like Ember because when I'm at the
Red Cold River?
when I'm
For me, off camera, it's Red Cold River. It just
Yeah, album,
it starts
sorry, in my brain.
and it just fucking bangs.
I'm like,
Thank you.
It's like surreal
Okay.
to me that I'm sitting here next to you,
Oh,
and this is like what 3 minutes and 32 seconds in. I'm out.